According to the Washington Post, postal companies in Europe and India are temporarily suspending some shipments to the United States. The reason? Last-minute changes to long-standing tariff exemptions and widespread confusion over how the new rules will be implemented. For decades, packages valued at under $800 were exempt from U.S. tariffs. Now that exemption is ending, and foreign postal services say the guidance they've received has been vague and incomplete. Deutsche Post, La Poste, Royal Mail, and India's Department of Post are among those halting deliveries until procedures are clarified. Consumers may face delays and new charges ranging from $80 to $200, depending on where goods are shipped from. The larger issue is uncertainty. As Post Europe, representing 53 national mail operators, put it, critical issues and processes are not yet clearly defined. Businesses can adapt to higher cost, but sudden, unclear rules leave them stranded. And in commerce, uncertainty is the enemy of confidence. Okay, so what's the real message here? If you like buying anything you want from Amazon or any other online service and having it shipped to you the next day, you're about to be in for a rude surprise because the rules are being rewritten in Washington, D.C. The result is nobody anywhere, no postal service, no international supplier, no manufacturer knows, what do we even charge for this? How do we collect the tariffs, the fees, the duties, the taxes? They're throwing up their hands and they're saying, let's play it safe. Let's sit on our hands. That's a real problem. Businesses and human beings hate when messages are communicated with great uncertainty. It creates chaos. Okay, so let's dig a little deeper here. This is not primarily a political punditry show. What I'm trying to do is analyze top business stories, economic stories, technology stories, cultural stories through the lens of communication. But let's face it, we are in a situation right now when a certain person in a certain major democracy in that capital is rewriting all the rules of international business, international commerce, and it's causing massive confusion, massive chaos, massive disruption. It has not yet collated down to really affecting most people's pocketbook or their wallet. And while I just told you no one can really predict the future, I'm going to seem a little bit, I'm not predicting a recession, but I am predicting that we're not that far away from all this chaos having a greater impact on people, whether it's in the form of just massive inconvenience, whether it's in the form of higher prices, whether it trickles down to measurable inflation. I don't know, but I do have experience helping human beings, whether it's presidents of countries, prime ministers, business executives like you, aspirational students. I do know that human beings simply like clarity in their communication. They like knowing what the rules are. And right now, the rules are changing every single day. And we as human beings are programmed to want to know, what are we supposed to do? What are we not? I mean, that's one of the appeals of religion. Whether you're a fan of organized religion or not, most religions give you highly specific rules. It could be a more general one, like, love thy neighbor as thyself, or do no harm. It could be as specific as don't eat anything from a pig, or something with a hoof, or shrimp, or don't put makeup on, or jewelry on. There's all sorts of specific rules in most major religious texts. And at some point, people like having rules. They like knowing what it is, whether it's as ironclad as a 10 Commandment or something else. They like specific rules. And right now, with the rules changing every day, being ripped up, or sometimes passing legislative chambers and then not being enforced, as in the case of TikTok. I mean, I have a neighbor who has millions of followers on TikTok. That's his main source of income. I don't really know how he sleeps at night, knowing that right now in the United States, there's a law saying TikTok has to be shut down unless sold to an American company. The deadline is passed, and we have rules coming out of Washington that says, we're going to enforce some rules sometimes, ignore other rules, and nobody really knows, and neither do we until we just decide on a whim. This creates chaos at the individual creator level if you are a TikTok star. But if you're just somebody selling, paper, how do you know what to charge for paper to people if the tax, the tariff, the country you're from, the country you're sending it to, if all those variables change every single day, it's causing massive, massive chaos. So I'll be following this closely. I hope you do as well. You may say, well, TJ, I don't mail stuff in my own business. I'm a digital company. Okay, I get it. I don't really mail many of my books anymore, or DVDs or CDs like I used to. So it doesn't affect me personally at that level because I'm selling digital services quite often. I'm selling online courses that can be made available to people in every single country in the world, although there are some countries that make it very difficult for my courses to be purchased. I think you can probably figure out which ones those are, or a big one in particular in Asia. But I'm not going to get into that debate today. But all of us still need actual physical stuff. And if you say, well, buy America too, just buy stuff in America, you don't have to worry about it. There's no such thing, I hate to tell you, as an American product or an Indian product by and large. Supply chains are international at so many levels. Certainly something as complex as a car. Quite often there are inputs from about 60 different countries. So yeah, there may be a factory in South Carolina where a car is assembled, but all the little pieces that have to flow in from all sorts of countries, they're all affected by these shipping policies, these postal policies, these tariffs, these taxes, and it is extraordinarily confusing.